we welcome Sri Ramnath Kovindji, the former President of India, with a round of applause. We request everyone to remain standing for the national anthem. Good morning to one and all, respected dignitaries on the dais, It is an honor to welcome you all to this international conference on restructuring, revamping, and rebuilding the independent India, reforms in agriculture, administrative, economic, and entrepreneurial sectors, organized under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and sponsored by ICSSR.
Good morning. Maintaining the Indian cultural ethos, we mark the beginning by lighting of the lamp. May I kindly request the dignitaries on the dais to come forward for lighting of the lamp.
विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
We are honored to have amongst us Sri Ramnath Kovindji, former President of India, gracing this inaugural as the chief guest. We request Dr. Hasmukh Adhia, Chairman Standing Committee, Pdeu, to kindly felicitate the chief guest. It is our pleasure to have with us Professor Rajet Berry James from USA. May I request Director General Dr. Sundar Manoharan to felicitate Professor James. It is our pleasure to have with us Dr. Dhananjay Singh, Member Secretary ICSSR. I would request Dr. Sundar Manoharan to felicitate Professor Singh.
Thank you, sirs. It is pleasure to introduce Director General of PDEU, Dr. S. Sundar Manoharan, a renowned educationist, scientist, and an administrator with PhD from IISc Bangalore. He was a professor at IIT Kanpur for 18 years. He has held top positions like the Vice Chancellor of Karunya University, Periyar Manimalai University, and Satyabhama University. Founder Director, National Center for Nanoscience and Nanotechnology at the University of Mumbai. Sir has also received many international awards from government departments and universities. Sir, we invite you to deliver the welcome address.
Respected Honorable former President of India, Shri Ramnath Govindji, Shri Dr. Hasmukh Adia ji, Vice President and Chairman Standing Committee PDEU, Professor Rajade Berry James, Dean of Virginia Commonwealth University and the President-elect of Network of Schools of Public Policy Affairs and Administration, Professor Dhananjay Singh, Member Secretary ICSSR, esteemed guests, participants, faculty members, and students. I feel extremely privileged to address you on this august occasion, graced by the former President of India, of the largest democracy of the world. On behalf of PDU and on my own behalf, I deem it an honor to extend to you all a very cordial welcome to the International Conference on Restructuring, Revamping, and Rebuilding the Independent India. Reforms in agriculture, administrative, economic, and entrepreneurial sectors under Asadika Amrut Mahotsav, which is a celebration commemorating 75 years of independence, and this is facilitated by the School of Liberal Studies. I'm happy to share in the company of our distinguished chief guest, Honorable former President of India, a lawyer by profession. He had been the governor of the state of Bihar before he took over the highest constitutional office of our country. Shri Govindji had a rich experience of working across the spectrum of the Republic, from the grassroots to the apex court and parliament. He has been an ardent champion of equality in society and integrity in public life. He is a splendid example of a person that itself reflects of his vision towards creating that optimal partnership between citizens and their representatives in the government. Inspired by the motto of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has ushered in a paradigm shift in governance that has led to inclusive, development-oriented, and corruption-free governance. The government has been continually working with speed and scale to realize the aim of Antyodaya, or ensuring last-mile delivery of schemes and services. Through administrative reforms, Honorable Prime Minister has always given priority to justice for citizens. In Gujarat, he spearheaded the start of evening courts to ensure people's issues are resolved. At the center, he began Pragati, an initiative for proactive governance and timely implementation to expedite pending projects that were delaying growth. We at PDU, in our humble way, are an integral part of the national renaissance, ushered in by our tryst with destiny, contributing to nation building. By giving adequate emphasis to the threefold function of teaching, research, and extension, it is a complex task which does not only call for pedagogic skills of a higher order, but also the ability to weave within it in the continuing stream of generated findings. I'm very happy to tell that PDU today is one of the forerunner in the energy mission in the country, and we are the first public university to be declared with NAC A++, the highest rank, and we are having a unique mandate to train ambassadors for energy mission. Training them for energy transition is our war cry, it's our passion, and to this end, we are nurturing more than 8,000 students in all formats of education, including UG, PG, and PhD programs. We have over 550 staff and faculty members who are committed to this great mission of training energy ambassadors for the nation. And I'm also very happy to inform you that PDU, in its 15 years of journey since its inception as a university, had a transformational change from being called as Pandit Deendayal Petroleum University to Pandit Deendayal Energy University because of our pioneering efforts in the areas of renewable energy. And this recognition has come not from outside but from our very Prime Minister, who sensed and recognized the journey that we have made, and in the year 2020 he effected this name change for us. Since then we have enjoyed a unique mandate to train soldiers for our country, especially in the energy sector. This international conference will deliberate on policy gaps, procedures, and priorities to address issues in the agriculture, economic, governance, and entrepreneurial sectors. Participants will discuss such broad areas of governance in the agriculture, industry, society, energy, and green infrastructure, economics, and entrepreneurship. This platform would focus on crucial reforms undertaken by the government in keeping with the mantra for good governance. I take this opportunity once again congratulate School of Liberal Studies, its leadership, conveners, and the faculty for organizing this international conference, as this initiative will provide immense momentum, bridging the gap between theory and practice of public administration. Wishing you all the very best, and once again, I, on my own behalf and on behalf of the entire PDU fraternity, I extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome. It is our prestige to introduce Dr. Hasmukh Adia, Chairman Standing Committee, PDEU. Dr. Hasmukh Adia, an IAS, retired as Union Finance Secretary and Revenue Secretary, Government of India. Dr. Adia is also the Principal Advisor to the Chief Minister of Gujarat, Chancellor of Central University of Gujarat. He is also Non-Executive Chairman of GIFT City, Bank of Baroda, GSEL, GMDC, and also Member Board of Governors at IIM Bangalore. As Finance and Revenue Secretary, he was credited with the successful implementation of GST in India. He has also been praised by late Shri Arun Jaitley, the then Finance Minister of India, for his contribution. I quote, Dr. Adia was unquestionably a highly competent, disciplined, no-nonsense civil servant, and of course, with impeccable integrity, I unquote. PDEU has been experiencing all-round development under his guidance and leadership. Sir, may we request you for your words of wisdom.
Good morning to all of you. Honorable Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, Professor Berry James, Professor Dhananjay Singh, Professor Sundar Manoharan, Colonel Rakesh Singh, ladies and gentlemen, a warm and hearty welcome to all of you to Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University at this momentous gathering. I am truly privileged to welcome Honorable Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, former President of India, for whom I have a lot of respect. I am so glad, sir, that we have the honor of hosting you at Pdeu as the chief guest of this conference today. Friends, this is truly an exceptional opportunity for us to draw inspiration and insights from his experiences. A lawyer by profession, Shri Kovind ji has been an ardent advocate of education as a tool for social empowerment. He actively supports greater participation of women in nation building and has been consistently making a call on the society to create more opportunities for the deprived class. His experience as a legal counsel for the Union government in Supreme Court, as a member of the Rajya Sabha, as a member of several parliamentary committees, as the Governor of Bihar, and as the President of India, is a testament of his dedication and commitment to the progress of our nation. He also brings in rich experience and expertise of governance, administrative and social reforms across several sectors of the economy. Having him today amongst us reflects the importance of the discussions that will unfold during this conference. It showcases our collective resolve to drive a positive change in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, this conference centers on a theme that resonates deeply with the aspirations of the country: restructuring, revamping, and rebuilding independent India, with a special focus on reforms in agriculture, administrative, economic, and entrepreneurial sectors. The significance of this theme lies in its potential to elevate not only the state of Gujarat, but the entire nation to new heights of prosperity. Seminar on such a subject serves as beacons of knowledge, igniting change through cross-sectoral collaborations. It offers an opportunity to share ideas, forge partnerships, and collectively steer the course for betterment of the society. Within the diverse array of tracks that this conference offers, each holds the key to holistic development. From entrepreneurship to agriculture, from governance and administrative reforms to economic progress, and from societal reforms to energy and infrastructure, these are the cornerstones that define the prosperity we aim for. Friends, the Government of India and the Government of Gujarat have been making several strategic interventions for transforming our country into a $5 trillion economy in the next 4 years. I believe for the next 2 days, this conference would be critically examining the different dimensions of transformative work being undertaken. I hold very high hopes for the outcome of this conference. I would like to take this opportunity to state our vision and expectations from this conference. Our expectations are not merely confined to exchange of knowledge and ideas, but they extend to the realm of actionable change. I anticipate that the discussions held within these walls will translate into concrete policies and strategies that will shape the trajectory of Gujarat's and India's growth. I look forward to witnessing collaborative initiatives taking root, partnerships being formed, and innovative solutions emerging. Together, as we navigate the currents of change, I envision a landscape where reforms we discussed today become the stepping stones to a more prosperous, equitable, and sustainable India. I am confident that the collective determination of the experts present here will pave the way for a bright future for our state and the nation. As we move through these deliberations, I invite each one of you to actively engage, contribute your insights, and seize this moment to influence a bright future. Let us harness the wisdom shared within these walls to guide us as we navigate the pathways of progress. I once again offer my pranam to Chief Guest Shri Kovindji, and with a deep sense of admiration, I really thank him for making it all the way. He accepted our invitation very gladly, and in spite of his so many other schedules, he has agreed to come to our institution and to inaugurate this conference. Thank you very much, sir, for your kindness. I am aware of how much of work has gone into organizing this seminar, particularly the School of Liberal Studies, the Public Policy Wing, Professor Sriram Devi, and other people who have worked for this conference. My compliments to all of them, and I wish them all the success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful address. It is our pleasure to welcome and introduce Professor Dhananjay Singh. Professor Dhananjay Singh is a senior professor at JNU Delhi. He is a member secretary of ICSSR and elected president of Association of Asian Social Science Research Councils for 23-25. Professor Singh has been invited to deliver talks for his expertise in Indian language, aesthetics, literature, and poetics in India and abroad. Sir, we invite you to share your views.
Thank you so much, Honorable Shri Ramnath Kovindji, former President of India, Dr. Hasmukh Adhyaji, Chairman Standing Committee, PDEU, and an excellent and well-respected former bureaucrat, Professor S. Sundar Manoharanji, Director General PDEU, Professor Barry James, Dr. Rakesh Srivastava, Registrar PDEU. It's a moment of great reflection and a moment of expressing enormous gratitude that I find this opportunity to share a space, to share the same environment with very Honorable Sri Ramnath Kovindji, a great, for many of us, especially I reflect upon, I'm son of a small farmer in Bihar, coming to JNU. You've been a great ideal, sir, for your integrity, excellence, a true karmi yogi, a true knower as we understand in the Indian tradition. As Member Secretary of ICSSR, I express my great happiness to be associated with this great event, this conference, on a subject which is very crucial to where we are today. We are today, as was just said, in the moment of true Indian renaissance. We are today in the phase of being an Atmanirbhar Bharat, towards taking India to becoming a developed nation by 2047, wherein agriculture, economy, administration, entrepreneurship are also interlinked together. For us, obviously, I also bring the perspective from Asian research councils, which I am now president of, that it's a moment for us when we are leading the G20, become the leader of Global South, Asia becoming so important, India becoming so important in coming years. As we have all listened to the Honorable Prime Minister, his speech was not simply for the next decade, but perhaps for the next 20 years, where we are going to be, where research, knowledge, India is a knowledge society, India as a research and innovation, civil culture as such, if I may call so, is going to be very, very significant. And therein the ethics of research that will actually make India a sustainable society, a sustainable nation, a sustainable developed nation is going to be primarily important, where we have to match what is traditionally strength of ours, which is agriculture, to innovation, to economic, obviously, reforms. And I'm sure that the conference that we're going to have will have a major policy implications for us. At ICSSR, recently we announced it, and we're in a process of selecting researchers to do research on the several schemes of the government, several policy initiatives of the government. Researchers have a great responsibility towards nation, towards making and building up of a nation. We have been witness to how NEP, National Education Policy, has transformed the way we look research as a core part of attaining knowledge. In many of the developing nations, and so was the case with India, imparting education was a primary goal where education institutions were set up. We are glad that we are in a university which has the name of Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, who of course stood for a philosophy of integral humanism, which is the core of Indian philosophy, which is this, that development with sustainability. That's the core of Indian thought. That's the core of Indian philosophy. And I'm sure that the conference that we're going to have, the deliberations that we're going to have, will take care of some of the major crises that goes with achieving developmental goals, which is of course climate crisis as one of the issues. How to integrate development, material development, with dharma. Dharma is a key in Indian thought. Dharma is always with artha. And that has been the challenge for the world community of intellectuals and researchers, and I'm sure this conference is going to take care of that. I'm sure we're going to talk about knowledge capital, of course, which is going to provide innovations in all these different areas. So I'm really glad to be part of this as a representative of ICSSR, I should say, and I look forward to the proceedings of the conference, obviously, I'm sure, which can also be shared with us, and then we can have perhaps research further going in all these key areas of agriculture, economy, administration. The government has done a lot, of course, since 2014, of course, making governance easy as such, as the Honorable Prime Minister would say, that more of a governance and less of a government. And several other, of course, key ideas of the Honorable Prime Minister, which we have seen that how it has continually transformed the Indian society as such, made us so confident of us as a nation, as a leader, as a civilizational leader in the world, where we are heading to becoming a Vishwa Guru in a true sense. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really glad to be here. That's what I would like to reiterate, and so happy, truly happy and joyful to be sharing this space with the Honorable Ramnath Kovind-ji. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the insight into research. Pdeu too has taken teaching and research as its dharma, and we are committed to it. It is our pride that we have amongst us an internationally reputed academician. Professor Azad Berry James is a senior associate dean of faculty and academic affairs at Virginia Commonwealth University, USA. She is elected president of NASPA USA. She is also into community-based cross-site evolution for federal states and local governments in USA. She has also received several awards for her contribution to academia and social cause. Professor Azad Berry James, may we invite you for your views.
So greetings, Honorable Shri Convention, distinguished guests and faculty and students of PDEU. It is really an honor to be here today. As mentioned, I am the Senior Associate Dean for Faculty and Academic Affairs at the L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs at Virginia Commonwealth University. We bring together, under the leadership of Susan Gooden, we bring together academicians, practitioners, and engaged scholars to offer doctoral degrees, master's degrees, and baccalaureate degrees to undergraduate and graduate students who are studying public policy and administration, public administration, criminal justice, homeland security and emergency preparedness, as well as urban and regional studies. Together, we work to advance the mission of the Wilder School. Our mission is simply to demonstrate public administration in action. We are focused at translational research aimed at action-oriented results that really directly benefit humans, that narrow the gaps between research and practice, that create bridges for usable knowledge to ensure that we address the disparate outcomes in public service and delivery. The mission of the Wilder School is just simply to engage our students and inspire them to ensure that they are prepared and join leaders to understand how we solve grand challenges in our world. We advance research to inform public policy and decision-making, as well as collaborate with other communities to involve innovative partnerships that enhance quality of life. I also bring you greetings from the National Academy of Public Administration. In the National Academy of Public Administration, we are chartered by Congress, the United States Congress, to address the grand challenges in the United States. We solve problems that our nation experiences, and we look to link up with others around the world to ensure that we bring together scholars and elected leaders, as well as public service practitioners, to foster on that which we call social equity. We are looking at addressing fairness and justice in public affairs, in public policy, and public administration. And as an individual, I also believe in service. I believe in service in a way that is meaningful, that addresses the needs of the people. And so I bring you greetings from Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We are a global sorority that involves graduate and undergraduate students, as well as people in our community. And together, we are a collective member of 250 powerful women who, in fact, collaborate with leaders and activists to serve our citizens in community by providing microgrants, scholarships, and training for young adults and children. Together, we soar to greater heights to address through service and sisterhood the needs of our community. And finally, as was discussed, I am president-elect of NASPA, the National Network of Schools of Public Policy and Administration. We offer the global standard for public service education. NASPA is what is considered to be a nonprofit organization, but we're a member organization that links up with other institutions around the world to help advance the curriculum and the practice of public service education. And so from a NASPA network, we connect with others to ensure that we demonstrate institutional membership, program accreditation, and specialized training for both faculty, practitioners, and students. As president of NASPA, for the first time, I want to invite you to join me to think about the way in which we can lead by convening. That, in fact, is my international platform. By doing so, we want to ensure that we critically focus on the digital age, that we identify the challenges in artificial intelligence, and we focus in on ethical decision-making. As an institutional member of NASPA, we are open to designated academic units, programs in colleges, divisions, and departments that are really focused on public service education and training. We are looking for people who are committed to the purpose of the association. We want to ensure that together we develop a curricula that leads graduate degrees in public affairs, public policy, and public administration, and we want to honor the best among us through accreditation of other institutions, other universities that are already accredited in their homeland. And like you, we believe in practices of good governance. And so good governance is really all about what this conference demonstrates. Good governance is an opportunity for us to pursue excellence and quality as we provide public affairs education. We also are focused in on our commitment to public service, the commitment that is demonstrated through students and faculty, alumni, and other constituents that really hold the profession of public administration in high esteem. We also recognize it is our responsibility collectively to be a community of public affairs institutions and develop activities and opportunities for others who are interested in excelling in this regard. We are looking for people who are committed to diversity not only in student body, but also in faculty and in curriculum, committed to preparing our students for professional careers in public service and emphasizing values and ethics of public service. And so we are recognizing how important it is for contributions like this convening to understand that the relevance and the quality of public affairs education is incredibly important, not only to my nation or your nation, but nations all around the world. And so we focus in on student learning outcomes and other outcome measures that help us really evaluate our efforts and identify our objectives for public service education. Holistically, collectively, together, we are looking to demonstrate and develop students as professionals for our fields. And so we offer what is might consider to be multidisciplinary curriculum, not just one single focus in math or science, but a focus across all other curriculums to ensure that those who are prepared to work in public service are prepared for the grand challenges that they will meet. And so I want to say that our multidisciplinary curriculum includes management and organization, policy and human resources, political institutions, economics, and quantitative methods, including IT management. And then, honestly, the meaning of NASPA is important to me, and I hope it's also important to you, in that we're looking to close the gap between research and practice by strengthening our NASPA network locally and globally. And so I just want to close by saying that I am truly honored to be here today. I'm honored to be able to join you in embracing diversity, in advancing equity, in driving inclusion and broadening accessibility to our academic fields, for our citizens and for our communities. Together, I strongly believe that our collective efforts, our partnerships, our strategies to restructure, revamp, and rebuild the hallmark of good governance will promote fairness and justice beyond the borders of India, but also around the world. I am honored, very honored to be here today. I give great thanks to Professor Ram Reddy and the entire faculty here at PDEU. I want to thank you so much to the Planning Committee for inviting me and bestowing this important honor. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable insights. We are glad to share that this international conference is seeing participation from reputed academicians from various countries like USA, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Dubai. May we request Sri Ramnath Kovindji, the 14th President, to present mementos to our international dignitaries. May I invite Professor Rishlin Dashfield, NYU, USA, on the dais to receive the memento, please. Professor Nirmala Doraiswamy, DUT, South Africa. Professor Gift Mugamo, NMU, Zimbabwe. Professor Nurul Memon, Bangladesh. Professor Marzina Begum, Bangladesh. Professor Pardasati, Secretary, IPAA. Professor S.S. Dahiya, VP of IPAA. Thank you, sir, for presenting the mementos.
This conference has seen enthusiastic participation with more than 300 papers, research papers that we have received from almost all the states of India and many from the other countries also. The abstracts have been compiled in form of a book. We request Chief Guest, Honorable Sri Ramnath Kovindji, to release the book and grace it.
Thank you, sirs, for doing the honors. We are honored to have with us Sri Ramnath Kovindji, former President of India, gracing today's inaugural as the chief guest. Sri Ramnath Kovind, sir, was sworn in as the 14th President of India on 25th July 2017. A lawyer by profession, he had been the governor of state of Bihar from August 2015 to June 2017, when he took over the highest constitutional office. Shri Kovind brought to the office a rich experience of working across the spectrum from the grassroots to the apex court and the parliament. He has been an ardent champion of equality in the society. Shri Kovind ji was born in a family of modest means in village Parok, Kanpur district, Uttar Pradesh. Sir has a bachelor's in commerce and a degree in law from Kanpur. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody. The delegates from United States of America, South Africa, Bangladesh, and Zimbabwe. Professor Dhananjay Singh, Member Secretary, Indian Council of Social Science Research. Professor Rajde M. Berry James, President, Network of Schools of Public Policy Affairs and Administration, USA. Dr. Hasmukh Adia ji, Chairman, Standing Committee, Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University. Professor Sundar S. Manoharan, Director General, Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University. Colonel Dr. Rakesh Kumar Srivastava, Registrar, Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University. Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed and Professor Ram Shankar Dubey. I know him for the last many years, maybe 7 or 8 years. I had the privilege to appoint him as the Vice Chancellor of Tilka Maji University in Bihar when I was the Bihar Governor in my capacity as Chancellor, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed very happy to be present in the land of Mahatma Gandhi and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the two greatest Indian statesmen who defined not just the course of Indian history, but wrote the destiny of our country and its people. Standing on the banks of holy river Sabarmati, I feel proud of the rich legacy which the land of Gujarat has given to India and to the entire world. Friends, it was way back more than 3 months. We happened to meet in an institute that is known as Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration based at Mussoorie. So there we were having lunch together. He was also, Dr. Adia was also there. So he made a simple request. And in fact, I did not know much about this university. But I knew him much. He has, in fact, when I was in Rashtrapati Bhavan, I knew about him. He has been rather a role model for the bureaucrats, civil servants. And later on, he started his spiritual journey. Even at that time also we had the occasion to meet him several times, and it was rather, I got fascinated about him. And so when he requested me that could you please make it convenient to be in Gandhi Nagar to attend a conference, I immediately said yes. Anyway, and another coincidence. Yesterday, as you all know, the President of India hosts at home at Rashtrapati Bhavan. So there I told the Prime Minister, "Sir, I am going to Gandhinagar." Then he said, "For what?" Then I said, "To attend a conference being organized by Mr. Dr. Hasmukh Adia." And he said, "What is the venue?" I said, "It is, I am told, Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University." You know, he took about 5 to 7 minutes to tell me about the whole background of this university, which none of the persons associated with this university ever told me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and why just the past? We were just talking about Gandhiji and Sardar Patel, the legacy. And why just the past? Even in the present times, the Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi is very well carrying forward the legacy of Gujarat at the national and international level. The benefits of his vision as Chief Minister of Gujarat is what we are reaping now. One of them being this very university where we stand today. It was established solely on vision of our Prime Minister, during whose illustrious tenure as Gujarat's Chief Minister, this university was conceptualized and given its shape. Dear friends, in the past 75 years, our country has come a long way. As we have commemorative 75 years of independence and step into the Amrit Kal, I realize that India has registered a very unique trajectory of growth and development socially and economically. I am glad that this trajectory, especially in the contemporary perspective, will be analyzed in this international conference on, the subject is restructuring, revamping and rebuilding independent India. With its focus on reforms in agricultural, administrative, I am sure, and economic and entrepreneurial sectors, I am sure the conference will make constructive suggestions which can be helpful for our policymakers and academia alike. I congratulate Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University for organizing this conference and providing a platform for deliberations which may help in augmenting India's contribution to national and international policy making, especially in the field of business and environment. I extend my best wishes to all participating scholars from India and abroad who have assembled here for the next 3 days to exchange their views and opinions through their scholarly papers and presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, we all are aware that India holds the presidency of the G20 currently. It is indeed an honor for a country to hold the pivotal post of this group. It reiterates the defining role being played by India at the international fora. It has brought our age-old ideology of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or the whole world is one family, thereby weaving the entire globe in one fabric. I feel that this ancient adage is very true in every way. Today we are in an interconnected world with multifarious linkages. We sail and swim together. The biggest example of this was the COVID pandemic, which hit the entire world and brought all of us together to fight it. I feel that it is such instances of calamity which check our resilience. How we face it and fight it make our personality and attitude. COVID pandemic undoubtedly established India as a nation which not only fought the invisible enemy within its borders, but also helped a multitude of nationalities across borders. Our resilience was proved by the efforts of our corona warriors and heroes. The quick pace in which India manufactured and completed the vaccination of its more than 1 billion people was no less than a marvel for the entire world. Not stopping here, India also exported vaccines to many countries so as to provide protection to people across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, even I may just share with you an incident when we were facing this coronavirus. In fact, when the government took the decision to vaccinate its people, then I shared my anxiety to Honorable Prime Minister. I said, sir, as per Constitution, Indian Prime Minister is the first citizen. So let me have this opportunity. I must be vaccinated first, being the first citizen of the country. Then he immediately said, no, you will be the last one. You will be the last one till all of our countrymen, those who are in need, they are vaccinated. You being the first citizen, but you will be, as far as this virus is concerned, you will be the last citizen. This is what and how our Prime Minister thinks for the nation. Because he said, you as the first citizen got so many infrastructure, so many medical facilities, we will not allow you to die because of this virus. But there are many people who are at the verge of dying. Ladies and gentlemen, even environmentally, India's effort is worth appreciation and emulation. India has promised to cut its emissions to net zero by 2070 as pledged by PM Sri Narendra Modi at the Glasgow summit as he announced the Panchamrit of India's climate action. It will enhance India's contributions towards achievement of the strengthening of global response to the threat of climate change. Such actions are a trailblazer for the entire world as we are beginning to experience the ill effects of global warming. My dear friends, when we make such an extraordinary journey, it increases our stature in the International Committee of Nations. India has achieved immense heights. It is an astonishing achievement for a country to pull out around 13.5 crore people from multi-dimensional poverty between 2015-16 and 2019-21. As per the recently released Niti Aayog's report, National Multidimensional Poverty Index. It is a major milestone and a pivotal step in achieving Sustainable Development Goal target, reducing at least by half the number of people living in poverty by 2030. I can proudly say that we are on the right path and will achieve the target much before the deadline. Ladies and gentlemen, India is already the 5th largest economy in the world, and as well on the path of being the 3rd largest economy in the world. The International Monetary Fund has projected India's GDP to be past $5 trillion in just 4 to 6 years from now. It means we are experiencing a plethora of opportunities across fields, and we must make every effort to make the best out of them. I have immense faith in our young brains, which constitute the demographic dividend, and I think the majority of the delegates are the young minds. I urge my young friends to take full advantage of the startup revolution being experienced in India. Our policies like Make in India and Startup India can transform the lives of every Indian and hence the country. I am glad that entrepreneurship is being discussed upon in one of the sessions in this conference, besides other significant topics like education and economic reforms. Our young minds shape the capability to reach for the stars, literally. After all, the space research sector is also growing by leaps and bounds. Chandrayaan-3 has already come closer to the moon as we eagerly wait for its landing on the moon's surface. What a pride it is for such Indian to have achieved this unprecedented feat as we walk into the Amrit Kal. Ladies and gentlemen, when I analyze all these developments, I feel confident that India is a world leader in the Committee of Nations. The level of involvement and importance being attributed to India is unprecedented. I can perceive that India will soon be regarded as Vishwamitra, that is, friend of world, as its stature grows at a steep pace. There are various aspects for reaching this stage, and I am glad that almost all those aspects and subjects, including economic, social, administrative, educational, agricultural, etc., are being deliberated upon in this conference. I am confident that these deliberations will be of immense help and will be food for thought for the policymakers of our country. I wish the participants of this conference, whose name is Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University. I may just share one thing about Pandit Deen Dayal. You see, his life mantra was Charaiveti, Charaiveti. It's a Sanskrit word. Charaiveti, Charaiveti means चलते रहो, चलते रहो. और उनका कहना था कि जो चलता है उसका भाग्य भी चलता है, जो बैठता है उसका भाग्य भी बैठ जाता है, जो सोता है उसका भाग्य भी सोता है. ये जो उनका थॉट था, that one must always keep on moving. This is in nutshell what he said. और उसी को लेकर के आज इंडिया भी बढ़ रहा है. और इसलिए मैं चाहूँगा कि दीनदयाल उपाध्याय जी का, उनका पूरा नाम उपाध्याय था, पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय. He has been an ideologue for the BJP and all his associations also. At the end, I wish the participants of this conference great success and once again congratulate the university for organizing this significant event. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening the audience with your words of wisdom. It was truly a pleasure and privilege for all of us here to listen to you. May we now request Registrar of Pdeu, Colonel Dr. Rakesh Srivastava, to deliver the vote of thanks. Sir.
A warm and graceful morning to our chief guest, Honorable Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, former President of India, Dr. Hasmukh Adia ji, Chairman Standing Committee, Professor Dhananjay Singh ji, Professor Barry James, Professor Sundar Manoharan, Director General Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University, other respected participants from various countries and from India, faculty of PDPU, and also dear students. It is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this event possible. I, Colonel Dr. Rakesh Kumar, on behalf of PDPU and the PDU and the entire fraternity of the university, extend my sincere thanks to the Almighty for making today's event a grand success. On behalf of PDU, I extend a hearty thanks to the chief guest, Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. We had heard you many times, sir, on the TV, but today was a great opportunity to hear you in person and listen to your wisdom. This will surely encourage us in our future endeavor. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and shown us a new path. I also want to thank you all other guest speakers. You truly made our day enlightening for us. Dr. Dhananjay emphasized on research as the Dharma, and Professor Barry James emphasized on good governance. An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and bird's eye view for detail. We have been fortunate enough to have a dedicated team under the guidance of our Director General to do this task. I really thank the conveners of the conference, Dr. Shriram Davi, Dr. Venkat Ram Reddy, and Dr. Hamik Vaishnaw, and also the Dean and Director of SLS for making this event such a great success. I am short of words to express the gratitude. Dr. Kovind sir, we would like to thank you very much for conveying or reiterating that PDPU is in the heart of our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. And also thank you very much, sir. And I'm sure after this visit, PDP will also be in your heart. I would be finishing with 3 thoughts. We must believe in ourselves. If we wish that we want to be in the top 3 economy in the world and work hard towards it, we'll surely be in times to come. And will also be a power to reckon with. For any policy, there is need for politicians, administrators, and the academia to be hand in gloves or hand in hand. And I'm sure with the initiative of PDEU and the academia here, we will give correct input to the government to make correct policy and take India to the next level. Finally, I would say that we must keep nation first. Our own ease, comfort, and safety comes last always and every time. If we go with this thought, we can make Bharat again Sone ki Chidiya and Atmanirbhar Bharat. We can also work towards Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Thank you once again, everyone. Jai Hind.
Dear all, as we come to the culmination of this historic event, where Shri Ramnath Kovindji has graced PDPU dais for the first time. I would request all of you to rise for the national anthem. I would request the audience to keep standing as the Honorable Ramnath Kovindji passes through the dais.